and English. What else do you speak?
I know a little bit of Farsi and a little bit of Arabic.
Wow, good. It's nice to speak a lot of languages, that's for sure. I was sharing with the class last time when you weren't here that I speak a little bit of German, a little bit of Latin, a little bit of Norwegian, and a little bit of Spanish, but nothing fluently.
Now
But
you are
now I'm
learning
working.
French.
Yeah, now I'm working on French, and French is, I'm probably at a level A2 in French. So I find it hard, like some of the people in our class, to formulate thoughts. I know what I want to say and I know the words, but to think of them quickly enough to be able to talk about it is challenging.
Learning a language is a fun. It's very entertaining, and you have a very great experience when you learn something new.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think learning should be lifelong and
Yes.
pick a goal and strive hard to attain it.
Yes. There is a saying in English, learning is a never-ending experience. It is from cradle to grave.
Oh,
By the
that's a good
time,
saying.
yes.
Yeah. So how is the weather there today? Or was the
Very
weather?
hot, very hot.
Was it?
Still here, I have 31 degrees Celsius, 31. The night time.
31.
Yes.
Ooh, that's so hot. Yeah.
Still, the sun has set long ago, and still we have 31 degree.
Yeah. Wow.
And in the afternoon, it is going around 40, 42, like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. 42. That's so hot. And do you have air conditioning?
Yeah, we have. In some rooms, we have.
Yeah. But
But
you just don't go.
whole day we cannot be in that one place. So we have to move outside. We have to go in a school. After that, in the market. So many places.
Your body gets used to it after a
Yes.
while.
Yes.
Sort of. Is there a time of the year when it's cooler than now?
That is in winter, we have very much cold. See,
Oh, is that right?
after the raining.
Yeah.
Maybe after a few days, the rain will start. Most probably after maybe 10 days, 15 days, I hope. Because the month of
You're
June,
waiting for that.
yeah, the month of June is the beginning of rain. After that, everywhere there will be cool.
Yes. So good. Yeah. Here it's been windy, so windy and dry. We've not, usually where we live is very wet, but it's been very dry and very windy. But today it was not as windy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any humidity in your area? No humidity.
Because it's so cool, the humidity is not a problem, but we have about 95% humidity because we're right by the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's cool. Like our hottest day is probably cooler than our hottest day is probably cooler than your coolest day. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm wearing a sweater.
But as comparable to US, I think the Canada is the coolest place, right? If we compare US with that.
Yes, Canada and Alaska are the two coolest places because they go up to the Arctic Circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is when I watched some videos now how people are migrating to Canada, I came to know there are some minus 50 degrees. How is it possible?
Exactly. Yes, minus 50 degrees in the winter.
So a human can
Inland.
survive in that minus 50 degrees?
When you go out, you have to cover your face so that you can
Oh.
breathe because it will freeze your lungs. It's so cold.
My God.
Yeah. But with cold, you can always bundle up. With hot, you can't really do that. So yeah. We live in where it's called a temperate zone. So it's between the Arctic and the equator, just more temperate. Yeah.
Okay.
But we're not used to not having as much. We're usually lots of rain, but not this year. So yeah. So do you want to talk about hobbies maybe?
Yes, you can start now. Another one is joining now.
Okay, very nice. I'll wait for the new one more is joining.
Yeah. And I'm calling the third one also.
Okay.
I think we can start.
Okay.
Huh.
Good evening to you from the United States. Excuse me. And I'm here to talk about hobbies today. And I understand you've talked about them in your club there too. So I thought I'd start out and just ask you to share what are some of your favorite hobbies?
And whenever you want me to play the video, you can tell me. Whenever.
Okay. So someone went to start out with the question is, what are some of your favorite hobbies?
My hobbies is to swim and read books.
Yes. Swimming is a good way for your body to be strong. Where do you swim?
I swimming Siddharth Garden, municipal swimming pool.
In a swimming pool? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know how to dive too?
Yes, actually,
Nice.
I'm a state player.
Say that again, please.
I'm a state player.
State level
Hmm.
player. He's in swimming.
Okay, excellent. That's great. Good morning. Good evening.
Good
So,
evening.
yeah, good to see you guys. What are some of your favorite hobbies? People that have not answered yet.
Manav, what is your
My
hobby?
have hobbies cricket,
Cricket.
and I like cricket so much. From 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 first year from senior KG, I like cricket so much, and 50% I like badminton.
Very nice. Cricket, the rules to cricket are hard for people that don't know them to understand. So, but it's a beautiful game. Is it kind of like baseball? I don't, you know, do you know about baseball?
Yes, yes, yes. I know baseball. In
Okay.
America, so many are there. They play baseball. They like baseball so much.
Yes, we do like baseball. So is cricket sort of similar or not too much?
Yes, means it's like cricket only baseball.
Okay. Okay. What position do you play when you play cricket? What is your on the team? What part of the team do you play?
Like as a
Means
batsman, as a fielder, as a keeper, which position do you play?
I do every time I do batting and fielding,
Okay, cool. Very cool.
and
And
in bowling also.
do you
And
have
I am a spinner.
a spinner?
Yes.
Cool. In your school, are there a lot of cricket clubs?
Yes, we give training in
No,
school.
Mhm. In school, do you play with against other people in your very big school, or do you play against other schools?
means I don't know that much. Means we got free period. Then we play. We made our class team and we play.
With your class team, you play.
Yeah.
Cool. Very nice. Yeah.
After
Let's see.
every,
Honest, do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I actually have a hobby and it's actually called scale modeling. So basically, you get pieces like this in parts. You have parts like this, and they're attached to a sprue, and basically you have to like cut them and then assemble them, and then you have to carefully assemble and paint them according to them. So these are usually called model kits, and like they assembled this way, like this one. And yeah, actually I really love this hobby, and it you to concentrate, and also like it makes your focus much stronger. Yeah, and also it's a really relaxing hobby for me. Like end of the day, when not everything is right, at least what I want is right. Like for example, if I want to build an aeroplane in a blue color, so I can do that blue color. So like some things in life, people say that you don't get everything in your life, but in this hobby, you get everything what you want. That's why I love this hobby, and I'm like really passionate about it.
Not, and then do you have a place you display all the ones that you've made, a shelf that you put your models on?
Yeah, I recently made a shelf for them, and then like tomorrow I'm going to start putting on them on display.
Oh, nice. And you look up and you're proud of what you've done because it takes a lot of concentration to be able to put those little
Yeah,
pieces together. That's
yeah,
neat.
that's true.
Yeah. How long have you been doing your hobby?
I remember starting this hobby in February of 2020.
Okay.
No, 2021, and yeah,
Hmm.
it's almost been a year. I'm
Wow.
really enjoying it actually.
It's really
Like
important to have
yeah,
something that you enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah. So thinking about hobbies here, well, have your hobbies changed over the last few years?
Mm, I mean, yes, actually, I used to before earlier my hobbies used to be like playing video games, but
Mm,
I actually have lost interest in it. It's because I don't have either much time, or the video games nowadays they aren't fun like they used to be earlier, and also they're getting expensive day by day. So like I thought scale modeling is better than gaming and all.
that's, yes, that's really interesting that do you find that when you work with your hands that it's more relaxing than when you did video games?
Yeah, sometimes video games can
क्लास में
go very
मैं
frustrating
क्लास में
if you like
ऑनलाइन
focus it in it
हमारी
too
बेटी
much. Video games like
मेरी बेटी जो
sometimes it
कर रही
frustrates you a lot. But in scale
Hmm.
modeling, it doesn't frustrate you much because like I'm doing whatever I want, and the video game is doing whatever the programmer wants you to do, the storyline and all. It's
That's
that
so
way.
true. And the programmer wants you to spend more money and spend more time, and this way you get to be in charge of your
Yeah,
time and what you want. That's nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How about some of the rest of you? Have your hobbies changed over the last few years?
No, ma'am. My hobbies are that only.
You just get better and better at your hobby?
Yes.
Uh-huh. My husband loves to swim. That's his hobby also. And he's a good swimmer. It's something you can do your whole life, which is a wonderful thing. Manet, have some of your hobbies changed over the last few years?
मानव
Mana.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Before I thought I will go ahead with baseball and badminton,
Huh?
but in badminton that we have to do classes. Means every sport, every hobby we have to do classes. Then we can go forward. And means badminton is so good, but we have to exercise so much for that. And we have schools at we have also school. Then I did not get that much time to do exercise. Then I thought before I will do baseball. Baseball is so easy, and in baseball we want our speed, and we want our stamina. But in baseball means I like baseball also and cricket also.
Baseball and
Means
cricket are more fun now, yeah.
yes,
Badminton is fun just to play with, in your spare time. Yeah.
yes.
Hmm. So, when you play badminton, do you play it with with different friends, like, or maybe your family? Do they like badminton?
No, sometimes I play with our vice principal, like Rupali ma'am, and sometimes I play with my sister
Mm-hmm.
and with my father also.
Okay. Is it expensive to play any of your hobbies? What do you feel like your hobby is expensive and cost a lot of money?
I did not understand. Can you
Say
repeat?
again, please.
He didn't
Ma'am,
get
I
your
did.
point.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
He didn't
Ma'am,
understand.
can you repeat the question?
I think the computer cut out right in the middle of, I couldn't hear that.
Ma'am, can you repeat your question?
Oh, my question. And it's to everyone. Are your hobbies expensive? Do you feel it costs a lot of money?
Yes.
Yes, no.
Actually, yes, my hobby is expensive. It's actually because in India you don't get these model kits very often, and even if you like manage to get one locally, it will be overpriced. And these model kits they're much cheaper in Europe and US compared to
Okay.
India. Like for example, in US the average price like goes like up to $20 to $25, but that same thing in India it would be sold for over $50 and all. So like even if I order from outside internationally, the shipping charge it's a lot, and yeah, that's the reason this hobby gets expensive. So I usually ask my relatives to get me some whenever they go outside. I actually have a aunt in the US. She lives in Michigan, uh, I believe near Detroit, some place called Rochester Hills.
Mm-hmm. So she sends you ones and ships them to you?
No, whenever she visits me, she
Oh, and
usually gets me one.
she puts it in her suitcase and brings it to
Yeah,
you. Perfect.
yeah.
Hey, so I was wondering about your hobby, and I was wondering if you could find a 3D printer, then you could make your
Yes.
own parts. Have you thought of that?
I actually have thought about it, but 3D printers, they're also expensive, but yes, it's like a good one-time investment thing. But I haven't given much of a thought to it
Yeah, they're
because
kind of a new thing.
the yeah, and the refill thing, it's a little bit of expensive. Even the refills, those plastic strips or whatever they are. And the thing about these model kits is that they're designed very precision design, and they're very accurate to the real ones, the real
Mm-hmm.
vehicle, whatever is it. So
Mm-hmm.
particularly, I build model kits that are related to military aircrafts. So they the companies which make these model kits, they try to take every detail from the aircraft by photographs or even seeing the aircraft in real, and then the details are amazing. So if I like even if I try with a 3D printer, it would take me like months to just design a single part to add that much details. While these model companies, they use a very advanced systems that just scan the thing and it produces.
That's so interesting. Wow. I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Huh. So, are there any new hobbies you would like to try? Some of the rest of you? New hobbies?
No.
Mm.
Think. Maybe you see somebody that does something that you admire and you think, oh, that would be fun one day and try it, but maybe not. Okay,
I
how
thought
many
of
of you
fishing.
fishing would be fun? Yes.
I thought of
Totally.
fishing, but then when I started observing people when they are doing, so they just sit for hours and then there is no catch usually. or they get a very small fish, and then I thought, no, no need for it. Like
Yeah.
it just the time goes a lot. And like you should know good fishing spots, and usually in my city there aren't many good fishing spots. I mean there are lakes, but yeah, you won't get a big catch.
My question is, how far are you from the sea? How far are you from the ocean?
Pretty far, I mean.
Pretty far, yeah.
Yeah.
How
It's
many
like my
hours? If you were to drive or take a train, how many hours would it be?
5 to 6 hours.
6 to
Yeah.
7 hours? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
What's the nearest
Like
port city on the ocean?
Mumbai.
Mumbai, yeah.
Mumbai. Yes.
If you have to travel all the way to Mumbai for fishing, I think
Yeah.
that's not worth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting. I take my grandchildren fishing. We live close to a lake, and they're two boys, and one is 12 and one is 11. And it's so easy because it's 5 minutes from our house. So we sit on the end of a long dock, and they put their pole in the water and nothing happens. But they're happy. They love to sit there. And I'm surprised. But then my husband shows up and he throws the line out farther because he knows how to cast. And then they get fish. So it's better to go with their grandfather than with me. So that's their hobby. And they love their hobby as we do. So do any of you play music at all?
Yes, ma'am. I play music.
What do you do?
I play piano and drums.
You play piano and drums. That's awesome. Yeah. How long have you been playing piano?
Um, 2 years.
2 years. Wow. And do you have a teacher or have you learned it on your own?
I have learned it on my own.
Cool. And the drums too. Do you have music in school? Do you have a music program that you can be part of?
Yes.
Yes.
In our school there are many instruments,
Uh-huh.
and the teachers are teaching us.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you play drums in school ever?
Uh, I have played one time, but not in programs.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I'm not that much expert in drums.
Yeah, it's just fun though. That's just in your spare
Yes,
time. Fun to do.
what a fun.
A lot of fun, absolutely. I play the piano and I have one piano student and she is 18 years old and she's learned quickly. And she's been a good student. Yeah. Anybody else do music? No? Why do you think it's important for people to try new hobbies?
Um, they have new ideas to do and new interest and happiness in anything.
Mm-hmm.
They feel so freely.
Nice. Yeah. That's a good way of saying it. It makes your heart feel free. I like that. Do you think that time passes quickly when you're doing your hobbies?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes, probably yes.
To,
very quick.
yeah, very
Yes.
quickly. Do you ever find yourself looking at your watch and saying, oh, it's so late, I need to go to bed?
Mm.
Yeah, that happens with me all the time actually.
Not that much, yeah. What, do you have to get up early for school when you're in school?
Yeah, we have to
Yes.
get up early actually.
How long of a commute do you have, each of you, when you go to school? How long does it take?
It's take 1 hour.
1 hour?
Yes.
Wow, it's a long
Uh,
ways.
Yes.
from my home, it is half an hour. I'm taking.
Half an hour. Uh-huh.
It takes 45 minutes from my home. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually near to the area. Not near, I could say, but yeah, it's a little bit shorter distance compared to the other ones who live in the actual main part of the city.
Okay. So do you take a subway or do you take a train or bus? How do you get there?
Ma'am,
Uh,
we get
The school
School
provides
has
us with the
provided
bus.
us.
Oh, one at a
Yes.
time. I'm sorry, one at a time.
at
School
school.
provides bus.
Okay, I'll go down. Manav, how long does it take you?
Ma'am, we take 1 hour and means me and my sister go in school at the bus only.
You
With
ride the
bus.
bus. Yeah.
Yes.
And how about, tell me how long does it take you?
Uh, from my stop, it is 30 minutes, and school has provided us buses.
Oh, they provide you with a bus.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice, good. Yeah. And I'm sorry, honest, how long does it take you? I mean, how
It
do you get to
takes,
school?
I get to school on, like most of us go by the bus only. The school has
Uh-huh.
provided us buses.
Yeah.
We actually don't have metro and all. Metro days.
You don't have a metro. Yeah. Yeah, I hear
Yes.
you.
We don't have metro.
Yeah. Yeah. The children here go to school by bus too. And even if the school would only be 15 minutes to drive, by the time the bus picks everybody up, it's 45 minutes usually. Yeah. So
Mhm.
our school, you'll be surprised how big our high school is. Our high school has 200 children in it.
Wow.
200. Yeah, about 50 in each class, and there's 4 grades 9, 10, 11, and 12 in the senior high school. So not too many kids
Yes.
because where we live is very small and very rural area. Yeah.
It's depend on school how much big school is there.
Yeah, just a small school. And your school has 9 times as many people as our school.
1800 plus we have, and our school is
1800.
situated on 18-acre campus. 18-acre
18
plus.
acres.
Yes,
Oh, I would love to see
very
that.
big,
That's
very
beautiful.
big.
Yeah. Well, and having a hockey rink and a pool, and
Yes,
you can only dream of that. It's so nice with that many students. Is it a government school or is it a private
it's a
school?
private school.
Private school.
Yeah. So we don't even have a private school where I live. So it's a government school where we live. Yeah, so hobbies are important. So let me see. So when you think about your families, do any of people in your families have hobbies that you think are fun for them? Maybe not for you.
Actually, my mother likes to cook food and new dishes, and my father also likes to swim.
Your father likes to swim too? That's neat. How old were you when you first started swimming?
I was 4 years old.
4 years old. Yeah, that's awesome. Do you remember being excited to learn to swim?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think all children should learn to swim? Do you think it's a good thing for them to know?
Uh, yes, probably, but if they have interest, they can.
If they have the interest, yeah. We live so close to the water that it's nice for children here to know because the water can be dangerous if you don't know how to swim. So
Yes.
we try to get everybody in school having swimming lessons. Just enough to float so you can be safe in the water. Well, how about you, Manav? What do you think? Do you think people should have learn a hobby?
Ma'am, they will not learn hobbies means they will be not happy means some are there they are happy, some are there they like hobbies so much like some cricketers are there they like so much cricket, and some are footballers they like footballers, and means hobbies will be not there then means we can't be so freely means we can't tell us our feelings with playing. Means we can't show them our skills, what we can do. And means hobbies is so good for us.
Yeah.
And without hobbies, we can't be good.
Makes life fun. Absolutely. What's the hardest thing about cricket? What's hard that you have to really try your best in cricket?
In my language, I'm playing. It is so hard to do means batting. In sometimes bowlers get angry that so many times my friends get angry means I play so long. Then they like this only. They hit the ball at my head, at my leg. Means like this only to out to me. In real cricket also means there are so many people are there. They angry and they throw the ball on their head to injured, and means that player will be in coma or what, and means he can't play. Then that team will win.
That makes sense. So, so I hear you saying that sometimes hobbies teach us self-control so that you know how to play without letting anger spoil the game. Is that kind of what you're thinking? Anger sometimes gets in the way of doing your best. Do you think that's true? Does that
Ma'am, I
make
did not.
sense?
I think it is called sledging, right? Just to irritate the
Sledging.
person so that he should commit some mistake. Sledging, like
Yes, they
somebody is
do.
calling the bad name. Sometimes somebody is throwing the ball Yorker or with the fastest speed or giving bouncers to hit his mouth. So
Ouch.
yes, so sometime because they get irritated. The person is taking more runs or being very aggressive in playing. So in a jealousy, sense of jealousy also sometimes they do. And sometimes sledging they use as a weapon. So what happened then? The other person, if he loses his temper, then he will do something and he will be
Kill.
out.
Interesting.
Just to
Huh.
distract his focus from the game.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
So you do learn a lot when you're in that position. You have to keep a cool head, even if you're
Yes, cool
hurt
head.
in the
That is
mouth.
very important.
Ouch.
Yes.
Yeah, that would hurt. Huh.
There has been a very great cricketer in India. You might have heard the name Sachin Tendulkar.
Yes, sir.
Many players that tried to sledge him, but he never reacted. He ignored. Very cool.
Yes,
That is the
yes.
secret that he became very famous all around the world. He has made so many records. So many people they just get irritated and they react in this way and they lose their wicket. But this person used to just focus. He was never distracted. No matter if somebody is using any kind of weapon against him, he was just focused to his game. Therefore, he
Hmm.
became one of the greatest player of his time.
Well, thank you for that explanation. That's kind of what I was wondering, but I didn't understand that. Yeah, good. And now this is off the subject, but sometimes when I think of India and I think of Britain, I think of the game on horseback called polo. And I don't know if you know anybody that might play polo for their hobby.
I saw so many times in some. I don't know where I saw, but somewhere I saw that polo how they play. That in balls numbers are there, and we have to hit the balls with the stick, and we get points of that.
Yeah.
Means I don't know rules. That means I don't know what is a polo also. But some days ago, Sajis sir told me that what is a polo that he explained.
Okay.
Just
Huh.
like playing a
Interesting.
hockey, but here you have to ride the horse and play. While riding the horse, you have to play. It's just kind of hockey.
Like a
You have a
kind of hockey.
long stick you have. because you are riding and simultaneously you are playing that.
Interesting. Yeah, that really is. So, huh. So if I'm wondering, in your family, are there any hobbies you do together with your whole family?
There is
Me,
one, I'll remind him, there is one hobby. Actually, it's a festival. Most of the people do together. Like, playing the kites.
Oh yeah.
It's a festival, very famous festival among Hindus. So the whole family do many times, right? Yes, Manav?
yes, sir.
Yeah, whole
Yes.
family they do many times. In the sky they fly the kites. So that is very famous hobby here.
We have that in common because where we live, we are famous for our kites, and we have a festival of
Mhm.
kites.
We have to fly the kites in the.
There's some kites you move by strings and make them